This video will introduce you to the concept of genres. A genre is a specific category of artistic endeavor that has a particular form, style, content, or technique. For example, this poster for the movie Saving Private Ryan tells the viewer that this movie falls into the genre of war movies. It shows men wearing soldiers' helmets and the silhouette of a man dressed as a soldier and carrying a rifle. Most other war movies, or posters for war movies, have similar details, form, style, content, or technique. This also holds true for genres of writing. Most research papers, for instance, have similarities to other research papers. When you understand what makes a research paper, then you can use the knowledge and ability that you learn about writing research papers in this class to help you with future research papers. You can also use this knowledge to help you make sure your argumentative paper is not actually an informative paper. Why is it important to write the right genre? Because your reader expects certain things from certain genres, and your reader will be confused or even frustrated if those expectations are violated. Thus, it is important to understand genres and how to recognize them so that you can then properly reproduce them. Works within the same genre share certain qualities or characteristics. This similarity helps people know what to expect. Consider these movie posters for Pretty Woman and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Although these movies were made many years apart, they share several broad similarities in their plots, characters, and themes. Their posters are also very similar in an effort to identify them as belonging to the same genre, the genre of romantic comedy. Thanks to these similarities, people can easily identify a given movie as belonging to a certain genre, and then they know what to expect, more or less, from that movie. The same is true of writing. Different genres can be easily distinguished based on their specific characteristics. This also helps people know what to expect. A Western like Clint Eastwood's A Fistful of Dollars has very different form, style, content, or technique than a science fiction film like Tron or a horror film like Halloween. Since a movie's characteristics identify it as belonging to a certain genre, a moviegoer can determine what to expect from the movie and what not to expect. You wouldn't expect scenes of horror in a Western or vice versa. Similarly, you would not expect to read an author's opinion or argument in an informative essay, and you would be confused if an author did not argue something in an opinion editorial essay. Some genres have subgenres, and sometimes characteristics from different genres may be blended together. The Dark Knight, for example, is a superhero movie, a subgenre of the action movie genre. It has action, of course, but it also has several distinct qualities that make it a unique genre. The movie Bull Durham blends the characteristics of sports movies and romantic comedies. More recently, Cowboys and Aliens combines the Western genre with the science fiction genre. A given genre of writing may also have many subgenres, and it may blend or combine characteristics from multiple genres. Speaking very generally, writing can be divided into fiction, poetry, and nonfiction. Fiction can be divided into novels, novellas, short fiction, flash fiction, and microfiction, and each of these subgenres have their own subgenres. There are detective novels, mysteries, thrillers, romances, science fiction, and so on. Poetry can also be divided into different subgenres based on form, length, and style. Nonfiction writing is generally true, but creative nonfiction may use many elements of fiction writing. Journalistic writing can be purely informative, or it can be argumentative, such as an opinion editorial. And academic writing has many different subgenres, each with similarities to each other, as well as some distinctive qualities. There are research papers, argumentative papers, lab reports, proposals, and many more. A research paper and a lab report both use research to inform the reader about a topic, for example, but they have very different content, organization, structure, and tone. Let's take a moment to apply what we've been learning. What kind of genre does this movie poster show? In my experience, it is easier to recognize genres in movie posters or television shows or books than in academic writing. It is important to be able to recognize genres in writing because you can write better in a given genre if you understand that genre. And understanding a genre begins with being able to recognize it. To recognize a genre in writing, you must read multiple examples of that genre and pay attention to how they are constructed. What qualities or characteristics reveal a piece of writing's genre? For starters, pay attention to the topic. If an essay's topic is some celebrity scandal, then that essay is probably not an academic essay. But you must also consider the content of the writing. If an essay about a celebrity scandal discusses gossip and rumors, then it is certainly not academic in nature. But if this essay discusses how our culture's obsession with celebrities, especially their scandals, contributes to political disengagement, then it may be very academic. The style or tone of the writing also matters. If an essay has a very informal, conversational style or tone, kind of like a friend talking to a friend, then it is probably not a genre of academic writing. If an essay is more formal and professional, like a doctor talking to a patient, then it may be an academic genre. Finally, are there any citations or sources? Most non-academic writing lacks formal citations, whereas most academic writing cites sources both in the writing and in a works cited page. These are just some of the major characteristics to look for and consider when you are identifying a specific genre of writing. The better you can identify the qualities of a given genre, the better you can learn to write in that genre.